Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We're going to study examine one expression a day. Yesterday, we talked about 歪理邪说, which is Chinese way of judging. So this is totally judgment because we have odd and evil, like these are big accusations on something, right? And this is something is regarding somebody come up with a story or theory that try to sell you, and you're like, no, I don't believe any of that. This is 歪理邪说. I guess it's equivalent to English bullshit, right? Okay, so we have 歪 and 邪 again in 歪门邪道. You can see Chinese like to pair this odd, this off-centered, 歪 or crooked, I translate here, and 邪, evil together to, downgrading or down talking something. And today, instead of li and a shuo, which is theory, about a verbalized theory, trying to sell you some idea. Here, we talked about men and dao in 歪门邪道. So this men and dao, both are, men is the gateway. Dao is the path. It's almost like what path you're going to choose. Some paths are the right path. This is the off path, the not right path. Okay, so again, review of why. This is a proxy of why, not the exact. The contemporary why means 无正, means it's not square, not straight face, not goal orienting. You're a little bit off putting, like off, just like a little bit disoriented, at least off oriented. So the proxy of Chinese back then is a cookware, like a cooking practice, with the lid of the pot, oversized the lid, right? And the pot and the stove, 3-leg stove with some fuse in it, cooking. And somebody kick the pot off center. This simply is a visual representation of that. I have no idea like why somebody would kick at a pot off its center. I mean, won't that hurt your feet? Like a risk of burning your foot? But in any case, this image expressed that. So this off-centered pot, because it's kicked away from the center of the stove, got this idea of this is off-centered. And then they paired with a standing symbol, this person standing. You can visually see that. We can almost see contemporary cartoon abstraction of depicting a person standing almost like that, right? So this is Chinese way to say somebody standing up. So stand next to this off-center stand means somebody who is not oriented, like a straight stand. It's off. It's not standing facing where you're supposed to face. So that's the crooked. Eventually extended to it's this misaligned, basically. It's not the right place. It's not alignment. It's wrongly directed. Okay, then we have men. Simply it's 2-panel door. So kind of like a here and kind of look like this, right? So this is there's a mechanism of opening, obviously. So this is 2-panel door. The reason why is a panel, because ancient times, family to decorate their door, because just like the contemporary living, people like to, gardening is a big thing, right? So that's kind of a facelifting in Chinese way of face-saving behavior. Like you want to at least appear a decent neighbor, right? And in a similar way, instead of gardening, Chinese put a lot of effort into this first impression about household, which is the door. And with limited resources, the door decoration, which is a lot of times carvings, intricate patterns shown, is going to be upper at your eye level. So the visitors can see right in front of your face, the carvings of that decoration panel of that door. And then the lower part is like, who cares? Okay. So that's my understanding of the ancient door mechanism, why the upper level is such a decorated piece. So 2-panel door is meant. We also have single panel door, which is hu, which is just one side of it. So I guess richer families can afford 2-panel doors versus hu. In any case, this is men. And xie, we have this region or this county concept, which comes from the circle represent the place or the land, super abstract and small, right? And then here, this curvier thing is almost like a side view of a person punching or sitting on the heel. So this is an upright heel. Somebody is sitting the butt, the knee on the heel. So this is a little bit distorted, but that depicts the ancient times people are sitting in that way. So we have this, I guess this way of sitting means submissive, like you're following the others, you're sitting in the right way as torso, right? So this is sitting, this is our submissive people governed under your governance, and then this is a place. We have people place, so that's your governed region. And then the left side is teeth. It almost looks like an X-ray of teeth, except it's a language abstraction of how teeth look like. So this is the opening of the mouth, right? This is the top of the teeth, and this is the bottom of the teeth, and this is the opening of the mouth. And this probably is the side of, what do you call this? This is a nose nostril, the side of the nose, almost like that. So it's a blown up view of this segment. And side view. So this is side view, this is side view, and this is a super shrunken, undersized representation of the land. So we have a land there, we have a place, and we have a teeth. So teeth paired with a place simply is a specification of that place name. So almost like Seattle, let's say. Seattle. Actually, Seattle, this atoll, ya is ya because this sound ya paired with location, it becomes that particular name of that particular location, just like Seattle. Okay, using that example, somehow along the history, I don't know what happened in that region. People pair this meaning of evil, attach the meaning of evil to this place. So I don't know, it could be that place got COVID-19 of sorts of ancient times, that people feel that's the place you don't want to go to, get contagious disease running over there. It could be, we don't know exactly historically what happened over there, but that particular, like a Seattle in China, in a particular region, adopt the meaning of evil. So there's no reason, it's simply because something happened, we don't know. Okay, now we have, again, the three-toe foot symbol. So this is the arch, the sole of the foot, and then the three toes. And then the three strokes simply is footsteps of particularly left footstep. We have, it's matching right side, that looks like that, but it's too much to right. So left side is enough to show the recurring patterns of traveling through space. You're moving through space, right? Like from here to here, at least you moved. When we have foot by itself, it means stop, means standing still. Just like here is that symbol, contemporary Chinese, it's a standing still. But now when we pair it with three strokes, that means you're actually on the move. There's spatial change of where you were versus now. So this is how Chinese express spatially moving. And in contemporary Chinese, it got super simplified into just that. Okay, the right side is actually a head with hair going upward. So a few episodes ago, we came across a symbol. I forgot exactly what character that is, but it also has a head. That's what I view it as cut off head. That means you're higher ranked enough in the military that your enemy, once they got lucky enough to kill you, your head are going to be cut off so that your hair kind of going upward. Somebody holding your hair. Oh yes, we are talking about the brain, the symbol, because Chinese, when we have to capture like the head part, is the head by itself cut off, supposedly in a battlefield scenario, right? And this is the cut off hair, a head with a hair going upward because somebody is holding your hair like that. And then, okay, This is the whole head representation, but only of this part, because, okay, here is the nose bridge. These are the two nostrils. Nostrils are like this, but Chinese, we try to save horizontal space. So instead of spreading out horizontally, we get them stack up. So it spread out vertically. That doesn't affect your horizontal space, right? So this vertical stacking of nostrils underneath your nose bridge, that's the center of the face. And then we use a big circle. Like nothing else on the face was expressed, only this small part. And then big circle to mean that's the whole head. And then we add the hair, kind of horrifying now. Think about that's somebody's head cut off. Okay, so this, in any case, this is somebody's head. So head plus walking. That's path. Like how to understand. Like, isn't walking itself enough to mean it's path? No. We have to pair it with head symbol up there, because walking, I mean, anything can walk, including animals, right? I mean, animals probably, they have paths as well, because they definitely have a stronger navigation. They know where to go, what to go for, right? Similarly, humans, we walk with our head on top of our head. This is not a cut off head in this situation, right? This is like, you really think about where you go, what path you're going to take. It may not be a direct path. You may detour. You may have to come up with some unique path for you to reach your goal. So this path is really informed walking or directed walking. And Chinese use this path to mean the way of things, to become more metaphysical, like more abstract, right? And that's the Chinese Tao. So this contemporary Chinese, we use D-A-O, to mark the pronunciation as Dao. But a lot of times in the Western world, because it was first introduced by the Cantonese speaking Chinese, and in Cantonese it's probably sound like Tao, so it's T-A-O. So if you have seen Tao, or Taoism, that's this character that's in contemporary Chinese transformed into Dao, D. I mean, T and the D is kind of similar, right? So this means the way. That's the abstract. But in the concrete, that means the path, like what your GPS routing is giving you. That's the route. So 歪门邪道 simply means, okay, it's a crooked door. It's probably not the right door you want to enter. And it's an evil path. Probably got evil spirit or some disease going around, some fishy things happening over there across a path that you probably don't want to go, right? But instead, you chose to do that, to go through that door, take that path. And this, if somebody is judging your choice, they will say this is a 歪门邪道. And eventually in contemporary Chinese, 歪门邪道 actually means a school of thought, or almost like a theory, almost like a 歪理邪说. It's instead of emphasizing the communication part, the men and the Dao emphasize the action, like emphasizing the practice, the way you've taken. So 歪门邪道 means almost like a voodoo business. It's not something scientifically approved or at the temporary of this culturally acceptable, normal, solid, robust way of dealing something. This is some, fishy business or some crooked door or theory or school of thought that you want to, it's a very judging thing. So we have several judging. 外挂列枣 judge somebody's appearance. 歪理邪说 judge somebody's theory. 歪门邪道 judge somebody's practice or action. or way of life even, right? Or view of world even. So these three are Chinese judging phrases. And so this, I translate it as off path, because when we talk about off path, we have to say what is on path, like what is the right path. So apparently somebody who is placing themselves above whoever they're judging think they know the right way. And then they will say somebody else's paths are not on the right path, they are off path. So that's what this phrase is about. 歪门邪道. Okay, catching into the concept of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.